morning. It's Eureka Edison.
And Michonne Carter Fogle. How y'all doing this morning?
And this is the Give Back.
The Give Back.
Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave us a message.
Please. And if you feel like you know anyone who may need this information, please feel free to pass it on, share it. Anybody who may need some enlightenment, definitely share this and pass it on. So like she said, like, comment, subscribe, share, leave us questions, comments, and concerns, because we will address any grievances and any questions and comments that you guys may have as well. So,
and also pass it on to clients. Let the clients look so they can know who is serious about being in this industry as stylists. Are you just looking for somebody to do your hair, or are you actually looking for a hairstylist?
For a stylist, the love me long time relationship.
Yeah, so share with everyone. It is not just a stylist based communications that we're having here. It is for everyone, and hopefully everybody can take something from this.
Yeah, we're just trying to enlighten and give everybody some gems. So pass it along. Don't just save it for yourself. Pass it along.
Yes. So today's subject.
So today's subject is one, knowing when to say no.
Yes.
Knowing when to say no.
And a lot of times I don't think that you guys know when to do that.
Well, it's a lot. Not only stylist based, it's the client as well. Like, just say no.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. As a client, you can be like, yep, nope.
Yeah, nope, that ain't for me. But definitely for the stylist. And knowing when to say no comes along with knowing a whole lot when it comes to your basics in hairstyling and coloring, cutting, all the things. Knowing that something may not be flattering to someone's face shape, knowing that a color may not be complimentary to someone's face tone, gives you the power to know when to say no. And knowing that that client in that chair, they 9 times out of 10 don't know.
Yeah, that's not going to be good for me, right?
So they look for you to say no.
In most instances, right? Because I've had some clients come to me wanting something, and I'm just like, yeah, no, that's not going to work out. And a lot of times people just want what they want, right? So when I say no, they go to somebody else and get it done. And then it does not work out for the reasons that I had already suggested. And then they're back.
Can I story time already?
Let's story time.
Knowing when to say no. I had a client, we've been together for probably about 15 or 16 years, like all through her college days, babies, whatever. I had been coloring her hair. She's a relaxer as well. I noticed that her hair was breaking off. Nursed her hair back to health. And then she wanted me to go back and put color back into it. I said, no. Okay. I said no. Happened to be scrolling one day on the Book of Faces, because this client only came to me once every 6 to 8 weeks for relaxers. I was scrolling on the Book of Faces, and I happened to notice that this client had highlights in her hair. And I was just like, whoa.
Right.
The speculations led me to text and say, hey, do you got highlights? She was like, oh, yeah, I just got a couple streaks of color. And I said, oh, so whoever highlighted your hair can also be the same person who can do your relaxers and maintain your hair's normal health. Because she is my friend on Facebook, I get to see the decline of her hair. Saw the decline, saw the fact that you got braids in your hair. And now you're right back where I told you. So what happened in that? We lost a 15-year relationship client and stylist, and now you have to start all over again. So when I know when to say no, if I say no, it's no. It's not just because I'm being selfish. It's not because of my own reasons. It's because I want to keep your hair on your head.
Protect the integrity of the hair.
Hello.
At all times. And I don't think a lot of people understand that, because I've had the same situation when it comes to color with clients. People just want what they want, and they don't care about the consequences until the consequences actually come into effect. And because people are a quick fix, I want it now, that when the hair does the decline I told you it was going to do, you never take full responsibility for it and say, she told me that this was going to happen, but I wanted it anyway. Right. What you say is, she made my hair fall out.
Right. Which is why, going back a couple of episodes ago when we were talking about the integrity, that's the one thing that we choose to protect. So if you all think that we're just saying no because you may think that it's something we're lazy, which we're not, or I don't know why y'all think that we would say no besides not having your best interest
Interest.
at hand. But listen, if your stylist says no, there's a reason behind that. If your stylist tells you no to going from your natural hair color, which is a dark brown, down to a pale blonde, listen to them.
That,
Listen to them.
it, it's so hard, right? Because we experience it on a regular, or somebody brings you in a picture that's got 3, 4 layers of filter on it, and I'm trying to decipher through the color, and at this point, okay, let's just use the filter picture. This is what you see. I'm looking at you, and I'm telling you, first of all, you and this girl are not the same complexion. This is not going to look right on you. And then you want to try to convince me to do it anyways. And I'm like, yeah, no, you need to go a shade darker, a shade lighter. You need to do some dimensions, but you want what's on the picture. I would flat out be like, no,
No,
I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it.
no.
It's not going to be complimentary at all.
At all. It's gonna wash you completely out.
Yep.
Now, if you want to fight me and fight me and fight me about it, I'll do it. And then when your complaint starts talking about, oh my gosh, I just feel like my skin is so drab. I
Yep.
don't feel like I have any liveliness. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a corrective color.
Ooh.
Because now you need me to correct the tones that you don't like in your skin after I already told you that you wouldn't like it. So the amount of money that it took for you to get me to take that out of your hair, now I got to go back and fill it the right way.
The correct way.
Man, y'all dealing in some money, and I
Yep.
like it. So if the persistence will make me, your persistence on something that I'm advising you against, and we're going to go against what I advise, and we're going to do it, that's money. Listen to your stylist.
Yeah.
And even coming out of the realm when we talking about color, I used to have people, one of the ways that I mastered saying no, like people coming to you in the beginning and their hair is crap. You start talking to them and you figure out, oh yeah, I relax my hair at home once every 4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so guess what we're going to do? You're no longer relaxing your hair. I'm going to take control of your hair. And we're only going to relax your hair once every 8 to 12 weeks. 8 to 12 weeks. That's what I said. I said what I said and I meant it. 8 to 12 weeks. Know when to say no. Because every 4 weeks is going to lead to your hair ending up in a bowl somewhere.
And limp. I had a client. I love Alexis. Hey, Alexis, if you're watching, she's moved. But when she came to me, hair was long, but it was stringy. And she was relaxed, right? So I'm like, what is going on with your hair? She was a student. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, what happened? And she informed me that the stylist who was doing her hair was relaxing it and taking it to the ends every single
Oh
time.
my God.
Her hair literally felt like bubble gum. So instantly, I was like, we're not going to relax you. We're going to give you a protein treatment. And we're going to slowly build your hair back up. I said, because your hair should not feel like this.
Oh, wow.
We literally start her, I put her on a 10-week relaxer regimen. And because we only did the new growth, I think I had her for almost 3 years before she just left here recently. Her hair ended up being so thick. She's like, I don't even know what to do with my hair. It's straight. I didn't know my hair could feel like this. She was like, my curls last. She's like, it just feels heavier. I said, yeah, because when you are chemically altering hair that has already been chemically altered, you just continuously break the bonds.
Man.
They're breaking them. I said, that's
Snapping
why
it
your hair
away.
was just feeling like gum and just coming off. And like I said, 3 years of doing that. So she left and she went to Wisconsin, and we helped find her a hairstylist before she left to go to Wisconsin. And this lady looked like she almost did the exact same things I did.
Okay.
And I actually wrote down her regimen and what I chose. And like I told on the stylist on the card, this is not what you have to do. This is just what I did so you can have a baseline.
Yes. See, and that speaks volumes too, because I used to be the person to be like, I'm not writing down. I'm not going to insult another stylist's intelligence. I'm not trying to insult the intelligence by far. However, if there's a stylist that's open to receiving what another stylist is passing on, kudos to you, because that's major.
Yeah, and it was just the baseline. Do what you do, but coming from, and I literally wrote down, this is what her hair was doing, this is why I was doing it, this is what I start doing. Now here you are, do what
Passing
you
it
need
on.
to do moving forward for you.
Yeah.
But if you do what was done first, these are the results that you're
No
going to
fail.
get. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have not heard or spoke to Alexis. She's only been gone about 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
So I'm assuming everything is okay.
Everything's going good. All right.
But yeah, like, you have to know when to say no.
You do. Natural girls come in the door all the time, even existing clients. Oh, I want my hair this color. Okay, well, me knowing that you are a natural girl, you love your curls. You're not gonna like the result that you get from that hair color. That's gonna take your curls away. So
Yes.
I know to say no to you. I know to probably offer you something that could help you scratch that itch, but we're not doing that. But knowing when to say no also comes along with you knowing your clients too.
Yes.
Because if you know your clients, you know their likes, you know their dislikes, you know what they're not gonna be able to get jiggy with, so you can say no. But what do you do? How do you say no if you are a person that's still trying to build a client database?
Ooh, that's scary, right? It's very, very scary. Because I was in that position about 8 years ago where I was like, oh, I'm just going to take anything.
Any money that comes my way. And that's what's happening though.
It is. It is a lot. But as a beginner, I think it's safe to say when somebody comes to you with something, if you don't know, you don't know.
True.
And
And say that.
I've had plenty of clients where I've had to be like, yeah, girl, I don't know how to do it. And they're like, oh, okay.
But also too, whether you're in the beginning phases of trying to start your career or whether you consider yourself a seasoned vet and you're still trying to build a database of clients, y'all discount them hair books all the time. Nobody really thinks about what those school books taught us, but even to maneuver through color, they taught us to do a test patch. Even through doing relaxers, do a test patch. They taught us to do these test strands, test patches, and test all of this so we would set ourselves up to have a no-fail career.
Yep.
So when you really think about it, everything about your career is getting back to the textbook of it, getting back to the beginning and the basics. Of everything. That's how you know when to say no. You know how to say no because you know that girl with that square shaped face ain't gonna look good with that short bob because she's trying to get an oval that she ain't got.
Yeah, and that's a lot of things that I don't think us as stylists and definitely not as the client understand this face shape when it comes to hair cutting.
We don't.
You have to understand, is that person's face convex? Is it concave? Like, you have to understand all that. Do they have a diamond shaped face? Because certain angles and certain cuts just are not going to look right depending on the face shape. And people don't understand how important that is. So when you quick to put that chin line bob, and then you wonder why it does not look good, it's because their face shape. It's not the actual bob itself. It's because the face shape with the haircut does not complement each other. So sometimes you have to understand, do I need to go an inch or two above, or should I left it inch or two longer?
Man.
And sometimes that is all the difference in the world.
Or difference in color, like somebody who's got super fine, thin hair.
Yeah.
We definitely would not go in and put a super blonde hair color with adding dimension into that color because her hair is going to look even finer and see-through.
And drier. Let's not understand. The lighter you go, the drier your hair appears. Whether it's drier or not, it appears that way because you're taking pigment out of the hair.
Absolutely.
So if the hair is fine and it's already see-through because it's fine hair, and then you go in and you it's basically like taking vitamins out of the hair.
Yes.
So let's just break it down.
Yes.
If you go in and you take all the vitamins out of the hair, and I don't care, we have all been deficient in something at some point, and you know how your body feels, whether it's iron, vitamin D, B12, calcium. You've been deficient at something at some point.
At some point.
So imagine how your body feels, because that's what that hair is going through. And that's when the treatments come into play, because you got to put all those vitamins back into the hair. And I don't think a lot of y'all truly, truly understand that. Y'all just literally just shampoo her hair and going.
Yep.
And styling. And then without having a proper baseline and without having proper healthy hair, then you load in all these different types of product with alcohol, alcohol, and it's drying the hair out. Goes back to when we said shampoo, and shampoo is not a one shampoo fit all. Everybody's hair needs something different.
Everybody's different. And it needs and craves
Something
something
different.
different. Absolutely.
You have to know when to say no. Color, definitely you need to know when to say no. Because if you don't understand undertones, you don't need to be color.
Man, but it's you got okay, know when to say no with your color because you don't understand. Know when did you say no about relaxing because
It's the chemical
it's
service
over
and you don't, yep.
processing. Know when to say no about cutting because if you got a client who has a super busy lifestyle, she's natural. How's she gonna take care of that cut? Especially if you give her a short pixie cut.
Yep.
How's somebody gonna take care of a short pixie cut if they're nightlife, if they have night sweats and they natural? So you have to know when to say no, but I will be the first one and the second one to tell you it comes along with your integrity. When you get that integrity down, you'll know when to say no.
Yeah, it won't phase you either to say no.
No,
It
because
won't.
the thing about it when you say no is you're not going to walk out here and tell nobody that I did that. If I don't feel comfortable and you walking out of the building and telling someone that I did your hair and I made it look like that, that's when I should have said no.
And sometimes no isn't a infinitive no, right? It's a not right now.
Not right now.
Your hair might need. We probably need to build your hair up a little
So
more
not
before we do
right
something.
now.
Let me do a little bit more research on your face shape before we go into this pixie.
Not right now.
That way I can figure out what would be the best move. How about let me understand what your undertones are with this color before we go this way so I can. Perfect example. And because I seen the discourse online, is everybody talking about Beyonce with this pale blonde, and that color is making her look old. She looks old. She looks old. No, not the color. They keep saying Beyonce looks old. She looks old right now. It's the color of her hair. It's washing her out.
It is.
It's too pale. Now the work is amazing.
It's immaculate. Her
The
color
work
is
is
fire.
amazing.
But it's
But
just
the
not for
reason why
her.
she looks so old is because her hair is too light for her. She looks good ashy.
She looks washed out.
She looks very washed out, and it ages her about 10 years.
Now, if she was to go back and add some gold into that a little bit,
And bring it down.
she'd bring her liveliness back in. She'd
She
bring
would
her.
actually look like a late 30-year-old.
Yeah.
If she put some low lights in there and bring it down.
Bring the color back.
And that goes to show you what we are seeing when we're talking about tones. They can age you or they can make you look your correct age. And once you learn undertones, and the undertones mostly sit here in your cheeks. Once you learn those, you got all your T-zones, because sometimes people's T-zones are. Once you learn that, you'll understand color a whole lot better. You'll understand what color you should not go with. Every salon should have a color wheel.
They should.
Every salon should have a color wheel. Posted, put up somewhere. You should be able to get to it in seconds. That will teach you where your client can or cannot go.
The nose zones.
The nose zones.
I have recently figured out about self. My nose zones, a nose zone for me, even though I love to wear black because black makes you look slender, smaller. Black washes me completely out. I cannot wear black if I plan on accenting my skin naturally. It don't work for me. Colors for me are berries, reds, yellows. Those good bright colors. I can't wear black.
And yellows don't work for me.
No, pink.
Pinks, blues, reds, black, olive.
Black works for you? Oh, olive works for me ironically too.
Yeah,
I miss Target.
I can't do yellows. I can't do golds. I can't do any of those colors in that family. I look completely crazy.
Okay.
And that's makeup wise, clothing wise.
That's us knowing to say no.
I know.
I put on a black shirt and I'll take it right back off.
Really?
It doesn't give me. It gives me gloomy.
Yeah.
You see my chest? It went.
But your personality does not fit black.
Yeah, I'm
either.
already gonna find a whole bunch of yellow stuff. I like yellow.
Your personality does not fit black. You're too quirky and upbeat for black.
Oh, quirky.
And I do black well because I'm so quiet and mysterious. Black works for me.
You wear pink well.
I do pink. Thanks. Pink's one of my colors. Yeah.
quiet and mysterious.
I am very quiet and mysterious.
Well, hell.
But yeah, so please know when to say no. Even with certain simple styles. And not only when to say no because the client is asking you something, but knowing when to say no because you cannot achieve that.
Yeah. Now, let me say this. Now, to the consumer, the flip side of it is, this is how you know when to say no. If you walk into somebody's salon and the first appointment, they look at you and say, yep, I can do that for you right now, today. Let me change your life. You say no. You get up and you run. Don't do it. Trust me. I'm telling you the truth.
We're talking about as far as like what?
Yeah, if I come in and say, Eureka came into my salon and said, hey, girl, I want to go blonde today. If that stylist sits you down in the chair, if she ain't digging in your head to figure out what's going on. No, number one, if she didn't tell you, well, let's get this treatment done today first. Don't come back. Walk away. Get up and run because your hair, it's not going to be good.
Not
it's
at
not
all.
going to be good.
There was no test strand done.
No test
I
strand.
have no clue what the integrity of your hair strand is like. Can your hair handle going blonde?
She ain't tried to give you the insurance that your hair ain't going to fall out by treating your hair first. Get up and walk away. Walk away.
I've had clients who walked away from me because I told them no right now.
And that's fine. They'll come back. You'll be the one to fix it later.
And I had to fix it.
Yes.
Because they wanted a certain thing. And I was like, yeah. Like, they was relaxed. And they wanted blue hair. And to go blue, I don't think y'all realize how much pigment you have to lift out of the hair for it to actually be blue and not teal or green.
All of it.
And baby, you relax.
That's
blue
not
and relax
happening.
Don't go together.
That's not happening. The only way that I would give that to you is if you was rocking a short pixie haircut. I mean short. And I can't even guarantee that patch that I try to color blue ain't gonna fall out.
And I can't guarantee that we gonna get it as bright as we need to get it before my anxiety kicks in.
What she said. Something I used to do too is I used to have client waiver forms. Mm-hmm. For the client who wanted me to still color their hair and it was relaxed, I need you to sign this form because the form ensures that I told you that the possibility of your hair breaking off from these two chemicals interacting it could happen. So if you sign that, whatever happens behind that, that's on you.
That's on you because you've been informed.
I told you.
And you have all the knowledge that I have.
I told you.
And you still chose to move forward with this.
Because
sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't.
It will not. Even clients that come in, people who are going right now from relaxers, from being natural, now they want a Tex-Lax because I've made that a thing. We have Tex-Lax, but I still tell you now that Tex-Lax is not really guaranteeing that you really still gonna have curl left because I don't know what's really gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're just playing around and seeing that if you want your hair relaxed but not straightened, okay, I need you to sign this form. But you understanding that it could still leave curl, it could not.
Yeah, I get that. And I completely understand it because I got to protect myself too.
Yes.
At the end of the day. Yes. I have to give you all the information that I have, and then I need for you to make an informed decision. And once you make that informed decision, I need for you to sign.
That's it.
That you have all your options, and you chose to still do this.
You chose to do this.
Yeah, especially with color with natural hair.
Mm-hmm.
Telling them all the time, you are now going to chemically alter your hair. Mm-hmm. I can't guarantee you that you will have curl. Like, I just can't guarantee you that your hair will still be the same once you get done. No. We will hope that it will be. That would be ideal. But I can't guarantee you because now we have chemically altered your hair.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people feel like, well, I'm not relaxing it, so it should still be curly.
No.
That's not the case.
It's still a chemical.
It's a chemical.
It is a chemical. Mm-hmm. And it is a chemical that accelerates and eats through colors, through layers of color. Of hair. Mm-hmm. So it's no guarantee that your cuticle is still going to feel the same way that it did when it was untouched. Even though you got a head full of virgin hair. Yeah. It could go so wrong. But,
well, I think that also plays into, like we said, knowing when to say no.
Yeah.
But when you have a completely natural client, and when I say, I mean relaxer free, chemical free, right? Because there's the difference between relaxer free and chemical free. That's a completely different thing. So if you have a chemical free client who comes in and they want a little highlight, because I get it, we get a little bored with our hair.
Yeah.
We do. As a stylist who is a relaxer free, because I'm not chemical free, I was at that point where I'm like, if I don't do something to my hair, I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut it off because I needed something different, because I'm just a jet black girl. I wear it natural most of the time. I rock it twist out. I rock my wash and go. But I was to a point where I'm like, yeah, something's got to give. Something's got to give. The clients feel that way as well. So my advice to them is, let's do something mild.
Yeah.
Where we have a chance of saving your curls. And when
That
I
makes
say
sense.
mild, I mean 5-10 volume mild.
That's my favorite.
Just to and thank you.
That's
because
my favorite.
I didn't realize, baby, I was a 20 volume girl.
That is my favorite.
I never realized how high a 10 or a 5 could lift.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've been completely surprised by it, to the point where I very seldom use my 20 anymore.
Absolutely.
I have definitely turned into a 10 and 5 volume girl.
Woo woo.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome, girl.
Because, baby, when I tell you, it will lift, especially if they are completely chemical free.
Yes.
You can easily, with a 10 volume, lift 3 to 4 levels.
Yes, ma'am.
And evenly, if you are using the correct
lightener.
The correct lightener.
Boop boop.
There's a I'm not.
I'm keeping that one.
I'm not. Because
we keeping it.
I tried. It was a stylist that reached out to me and asked me, what do you use?
I sure too.
And when I told them what I use and where to get it from and how much it costs, they was like, oh. But baby, when I tell you, guess what? My relaxed clients have highlights.
And they still have
And
their
they
hair.
have a lot of hair. Yeah, so
yeah, one client with that, she did the coppers with all that hair. Hair is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. And she still have her curls. Oh, we went back in this weekend and lightened it some more.
See what I'm saying?
And guess what? I did it with a 10 volume. I just went right in.
Dimension.
And put some dimension into it. And baby, when I tell you, she was like, oh my God. And she still has her curls. So I am now a 10 volume warrior. But still then, I let her know from the very beginning when we colored her hair.
There is a possibility.
I can't guarantee you that you will have your curls. Are you okay with that?
That's right.
And mind you, we just initially lifted her with a color. We didn't even go in with a bleach.
Ooh.
But that's another subject from another day. Because people want to know all the time, what you mean you didn't use bleach? I didn't use bleach. But that's because I take classes. But anyways, but yeah, we went back in and 10 volume that and lifted that. And baby, her dimension is pretty. She was like, oh, I'm so excited. I just wanted just a little more. Gotcha, girl.
A little push.
But still then, I informed her, I can't guarantee you what your curls are going to do. Hell, when I bleached my own hair, I couldn't guarantee myself what my curls was going to do.
No.
Because I had built up years of
black hair color.
Of jet black.
Jet black.
Jet black.
Lucky she got some color.
But that comes from also doing test strands. Oh, I'm going to test anybody's hair.
You better know what it's going to do.
I'm going to cut a piece right out the middle, and I'm going to separate it. And I'm going to say, okay, this is what you want to do. You claim you have not had color on your hair in years.
But from here to here.
From here to here is one color. From here to here is another color.
And I see it all.
So,
and the lightener don't lie.
No, it does not.
That's what test strands are for.
That's what they, and then, like I said, because I test stranded my relaxed client, she wanted color, and she's like, oh, I ain't colored my hair in X amount of, it's been over 2 years. I'm like, yeah, let me cut it, and let me test strand it. And I did one where I lifted it with pure color, and one where I lifted it with bleach. And I said, we're going to have to lift you with bleach, because from here to here where you have new growth with no color, this is what we got. And then we lift it from here to here with color. This is what we got. There's no movement here.
Tells me you lied.
There's no movement here. So we're going to have to go here. And then I'm going to have to lift here first and then come in and do here second.
No.
Yeah. So it became a whole thing.
No. I lost interest.
But yeah, I love it. I love it. But yeah, but I knew then where I was going to go. So if you don't know where you're going to go or how it's going to be, say no.
No.
Until you get that education. Client brings you a picture and you know you cannot achieve that.
Just say no.
No. I can get you close.
Just say no.
But I can't do that.
I
That's
didn't
not my
start.
work.
I did not start my client going blind until I went somewhere and got that education to be able to take her blind. No one to say no. I know now, so I ain't gotta say no more. But I'm just saying, no to say no.
And it's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence.
Your clients will respect you more for saying no, honestly and truthfully. When you ask your clients when they come in for their consults, if their main goal is to have healthy, flowing, and have hair on their head, they will respect you more for saying no than going into their hair blindly and effing some stuff up. Trust me.
Yeah, I've said no a ton of times, and I've lost clients for saying no, and that's okay.
It's okay. You get two in their place.
They opened the path. They opened the path for the clients. When I did say no, it was like, oh, okay. Well, what do I have to do?
No.
Those are the clients that I love. Is when you say, well, yeah, no, your hair is not healthy enough. Well, what do we need to do? Oh, we need rounds of treatments first.
Yes.
And then we will reevaluate. It's still not a guarantee after we do rounds of treatments. We still need to reevaluate.
Yes.
Because we will be chemically altering your hair, whether it be with the color or with bleach. Your hair needs to be in tip-top shape before we go in and alter it.
All right, y'all. Well,
So please understand, it is okay to say no. It's okay to say not
get
right
more
now.
respect from saying no.
You do.
If it's better, if it's worth it, it's better in the later. So say no, build it up, come back. See if it's that turn at that point. But just know when to say no. All right.
No.
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 No. And that's a complete sentence. No.
No.
All right. Yes.
We did it. So listen. Seriously, guys, all jokes aside. Just understand when. Once you understand when and you understand why you are saying no. And your client needs to understand why you are saying no. No becomes easy to say.
They don't have to understand. Just say no.
Okay.
They just, because clients want what they want right then at that point. We already discussed that
They
people
do.
want what they want.
They do.
If they don't, if you say no, just tell them no. And if you give them the explanation, they may not understand it now. They don't have to understand it now. But as long as they keep coming and sitting in their chair, and as long as their hair keeps flourishing and doing what it's supposed to do,
They'll understand.
They'll understand.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So yes, guys, know when to say no.
All right, guys. Want to tell you guys once more, thank you for finding us. Without further, this is Mashawn Carter Fogle.
And Eureka Edison.
This is the Give Back. Comment, like, share.
Subscribe.
We'll see you on the next episode. Peace. Deuces. Knowing when to say no.
No.